when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. When you're in England, you do as the English do. And if people are not willing to do that, then they shouldn't be here. I don't know the exact number of children that are, physically and mentally impaired because they've been born because of cousins, marrying and having children together.
So this country is not perfect. It never has been perfect. And we've had many problems here, but we've solved many of them, such as we used to have acid attacks in the Victorian era. We had issues with knife crime with the teddy boys and the rockers. There's been many things we've had to solve in this country. But suddenly, the problems have all come back because we've imported them. And a problem we've imported recently is cousin marriage. And for people who say, well, you can marry who you want, it's not your sister, but you can marry who you want. Well, the issue is it's costing our NHS a fortune because 50% of severely disabled babies are born to Pakistani community who are cousin marriage related. A third of all genetic babies that are born are cousin marriage, Pakistani heritage. Is it any of our business? We both support family. We want people to be married and have children. Am I wrong in thinking this is a step too far and we need to support the Pakistani community for making these mistakes?
Well, the thing is, it's never been illegal up to now, and it's never really been an issue that people have spoken about too much. But all of a sudden, this is a big media story this week because someone's introduced a question in the House of Commons about it. I think that it probably is the right thing to do because obviously the science says that if you have a child out of a cousin marriage, then that child is more likely to be, mentally impaired than otherwise and have, physical disabilities. So I think this is the right thing to do now, for everybody. And yes, you're correct. It's mostly or quite a significant number are in the Pakistani community. And if there hadn't been mass immigration from Pakistan and other countries into the UK over the last 60 or 70 years, then this wouldn't be an issue now, but it is an issue now. And, I don't know the exact number of children that are, physically and mentally impaired because they've been born because of cousins, marrying and having children together. But, if it's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, I don't know. But I mean, this is a lot of people. And, for the sake of the next generation, I think we need to actually, step in now and make a law. But banning marriage isn't necessarily going to stop it because they can still get together and have children. But that needs to be, the whole issue needs to be addressed. And yeah, so I think this is the right thing to be trying to do at this time.
Yeah. Another point, I wrote an article about this last month, but another point on cousin marriage that no one is really talking about, but we are talking about the disabled children, which is a good point. But another serious point is when we wonder why certain communities don't integrate into this country and live alone and live separate. Part of it is because of cousin marriage. What that does is that manages to keep families tighter and tighter together. They don't allow outsiders into those family structures. It's only by inviting outsiders through marriage into your family that new ideas and new ways of looking at the world and new ideas of integrating into the larger society can happen. But when it's just within your family all the time, that keeps those close bonds, which is a benefit of that small family unit. It keeps those bonds tighter and tighter, and everybody outside that is seen as a foreigner, is seen as the other, and it's that's part of the reason why certain communities are not integrating into this country.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, immigration is far too high at the moment. Clearly, now we have net immigration of 700,000 approximately. We have gross immigration of 1.2 million a year, and 500,000 leaving. So that gives you the net figure. But even before then, it was too high. And, I take the view that immigration can be good if it is people who are coming to do jobs where there are scarce skills or to set up businesses. But we shouldn't be taking millions and millions of people who essentially are doing non-skilled, unskilled, semi-skilled jobs or no jobs at all, just living in a family where there's, a lot of them are claiming benefits or multiple benefits and doing benefit fraud, and there's a lot of that going on. Those people shouldn't be in the country. And I advocate for us training our own British young people with the skills they need to do the jobs that need to be done in this country. So we don't need immigration at all, or very little of it. So, there is a problem here because you have some people who do it very well. They come because they're working and they work hard and they pay taxes. And then you have other people coming en masse, setting up communities that are just, a law unto themselves. And that is a big problem. We have to stop it and close the gates to any more people like that coming in. And then ultimately over the years, either, remigrate, deport people who are in the country illegally, but those people who are here legally in those situations, they shouldn't be, but they've been given legal passage and right to remain. We need to prize these people open, these communities open, and make sure that they do integrate, because this is England and Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. This is not Pakistan. If you come to the country, when you're in Rome, you do as the Romans do. When you're in England, you do as the English do. And if people are not willing to do that, then they shouldn't be here.